want to put on your glasses?
Oh, I do. I'm going to put them on later.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put them on later for
Comedic
pizzazz.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
To really punctuate something.
Yeah. Production.
I do this so no one knows who I am.
Oh, okay. That works.
Do you think I just wore these glasses for fun?
I mean, it works for Clark Kent. You know what I mean? He wears glasses and no one knows who Kal-El actually is.
I know. I really had a dream. I think I literally had a dream where I took off glasses and people were like, oh my God, it's Heather. It's like,
what if you took off your glasses and then you didn't have like eyes behind them?
That's really creepy.
Yeah.
I once dated this guy briefly, and then I was walking across the street from him and I was like, hey, Dan, and he looked, and I was wearing a hat.
I thought the guy's name was briefly.
Whatever.
Dated this guy.
Whatever. Dated this. Okay.
Briefly. Yeah.
Rewind. I dated this guy briefly.
But his name was Dan. You dated the guy Dan.
I don't remember his name. Let's
you
just say his
dated
name.
Dan briefly.
I dated Dan briefly. And me and him were crossing the same part of the sidewalk, and I was wearing a hat, and I was like, hey, and he was like, who are you? I was like, damn, dude, did you not recognize me from the front?
Maybe he said, who are you, because he was with his wife, you know?
No, we were in college. You did not have a wife.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Or maybe he did.
Still could have had
I don't know.
Maybe you were his side piece.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's the point.
That would have explained the other bra in the room.
There you go.
That would explain.
Well, he did hold it up, and he was like, "Is this yours?" I'm like, "That's not even my cup size, dude." Don't even.
Damn, he played himself.
Yeah,
he did. But what I mean, this is an all-inclusive podcast. Maybe Dan, he was exploring himself.
Polyamorous.
Yeah.
Probably
gay. You know what I mean?
Probably a little gay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He was wearing the
now
bra.
You're just talking about Tristan.
Yeah. Like, well, I don't. Do you have bras in the room, Tristan?
I don't talk about that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep that private here.
No, I did wear one for a show the other day.
Oh yeah, you did.
A couple weeks ago, we were in something sketchy, and I played a ghost with big tits.
A ghost with big tits.
Yeah, so I had to borrow a bra from somebody and stuff.
A ghost with big tits.
And then I gave Peter like a stick, and he held it between his legs under like a sheet, so he had a big.
Yeah, Peter Maddox was a ghost with a big dick. So we had a big dick and a big titty ghost.
I'm sorry that I missed the show.
That was the best. That was like the second best sketch we've ever done.
If there are more big titty ghosts, big dick ghost shows, let me know in advance. I'll be sure to clear my schedule.
I didn't know that was like your thing, but now I know.
No.
I didn't know it was my thing either. But now that you bring it up, I was like, man, I'm feeling a little warm about it now. So yeah.
See, that was the thing. Ghosts usually make you feel cold.
This is true.
But when they got big tits, then it makes you feel warm.
Yeah, you damn right. You're damn right. Yeah, I like that.
Is that like when they kind of like they add like kind of like boobs to like skeletons, so it's like a female skeleton, but you're like, skeletons don't have boobs.
I actually have never seen that.
Yeah, that is actually
that sounds like
very
a very specific Google search you must have made.
Yeah. No, it's like when you see like they do like a girl and boy skeleton like on a shirt or something. I always like make sure the girl skeleton has like a little bump. Like on the chest area.
Oh man, I don't know. I've seen a skeleton wearing lipstick.
No, I literally saw there was
you're making this shit up.
There was a guy that made a sculpture of like two skeletons, and he added like boobs to the skeleton.
What this sounds a lot like. This sounds like people say. Like that's some people say. That's what this sounds like right now.
No one has ever said that in the history of time.
Yeah, we've never
All right,
seen.
I'm just like digging myself a bigger hole this podcast.
Big titty skeleton. Yeah.
Okay, but a big titty. Okay, whatever. Big titty ghost is better than big titty skeleton.
Well, we've seen a big titty ghost.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we've seen this. There's precedent for this.
Yeah.
There's no precedent for a big boobed skeleton.
Okay.
I know that there is Trixie, the dancing skeleton. Are you familiar with Trixie? She. Lindsay Bowes, she's a part of Joel Savage, Savage Tech. They do a doctor show. It's a fantastic Halloween show, and she's Trixie the dancing skeleton.
No, I've not heard.
Yeah, that's her character. So I mean, she could possibly be the big boobed skeleton that you're speaking of. I don't know. This
is let's debate this, okay? Because that's a human dressed as a skeleton.
This is true. Yeah.
So a skeleton as a skeleton can't have big titties.
I mean,
a human with big titties can dress as a skeleton,
but it can't be reversed.
Right. It only works one way.
I think this is solid. This is sound logic. This is sound.
I just try not to
You're not on board with this.
Bigger hole than I am already in.
Yeah, I think that's
wise.
Yeah, I think we got to the end of it.
You gotta know when to put down the show.
There you go. We don't have to go any further. We got to the end of that.
I'm not gonna win this one.
For anyone at home, we've unearthed the difference between a actual skeleton with big boobs or big boobs that are underneath a skeleton costume.
Big boobs.
We solve important problems on this podcast.
We do.
What's next? Do you put the cereal first or the milk first in the bowl?
I've always been a cereal first.
Mm-hmm.
Cereal
I didn't
first,
know there
milk.
was another. I didn't know people put milk first until the internet. So
you can do that. Some people do. They say that if you
they say
some people say that if you put the milk first, the cereal stays crunchy longer.
I think I saw that on a shirt one time.
Yeah. They say.
They said milk.
Yeah.
Milk before cereal.
Milk before cereal. Yeah. That's if you're looking for the shirts, you can buy them for just $19.99 on ThaGawdshow. At ThaGawdshow, my Instagram, I'm selling shirts that say, what do they say?
They say milk before cereal.
Yeah, that's what they say. They'll be up there. The link is below.
You've got to also have those cereal before milk so that you can sell to both sides.
So
like an arms
how did you
dealer.
come up with the name ThaGawdshow?
It goes back to there's like 4 pieces to it, I guess. So one, New York slang, the God, right? You're good at something, the God. It also goes back to like the old WWF, WWE attitude era. So like I grew up and I was like a wrestling fan. Mm-hmm. So you have the Big Show, who is a big WWE wrestler, 7-foot tall guy. And then there's also a wrestler with ECW, and he was RVD, and he was the whole damn show. So like, I don't know, somehow those things mixed together. So It was the God Show and the Big Show kind of mixed together. And that was like my it's my social media handle for everything now. But for a long time, that was like my Xbox and PlayStation handle.
Okay.
And then it just kind of stuck around.
I love that though. Now it's like your what is that called? Like a moniker?
That's like my stage name or something. I don't know. Whatever.
There was this one trend going around. They said read your boyfriend's like gamer tag on their Xbox, and this girl like scooted up to her boyfriend, and she said the Conquistador.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, I wish that could have been my tag. I could have been the Conquistador.
Mm-hmm.
Terrance, the Conquistador.
Yeah. I don't know how that would impact my bookings. I might get booked more.
As a comic, that's a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, the Conquistador. I like that. Terrance, the Conquistador.
That's what they say. They said the Conquistador.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was like my handle. And then I don't think I was like going to keep it. But then I got like some coverage for like a podcast that I was doing. And that started to get like a lot of burn. And then I was like, all right, I guess we just keep it.
Now you got to keep it.
Yeah. So yeah. THAGAWD. If you're looking for me on any of the social medias, that's also my Cash App and Venmo.
There you go.
Yeah. TikTok, Twitter, X now, Venmo, PayPal, The God Show. Yes.
So if you want to pay our guests, because we're sure as hell not.
No, we are not.
Yes.
And you told us don't perform without being paid, and you showed up anyway.
You should always get compensated for your time, And I'm not doing this for monetary purposes, but the amount of love that I'm receiving from you two is it's more than you can put together.
It's more than a big titty ghost could give you.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? The fact that I was able to have a discussion about a big titty ghost, I learned about a Conquistador. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys pay me $100, that wouldn't equate to the life lessons.
The conquifting.
Yeah.
The conquifting. And this is only the first 10 minutes.
This is only the first 10 minutes. Boy, it only goes up from here, I guess.
This is how it usually goes.
Or it goes down from here. I don't know. But
it will probably go sideways.
It's so I got to be a part of the crew here. See, you guys, everyone has their glasses. So I'm going to put mine on too. So now I'm official.
I love it.
I'm an official member of the podcast.
Yeah.
This is where it gets serious.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really serious.
Just vibe out. I look like I'm in the witness relocation program.
Low key, but that's fine.
No one knows who's here.
We don't know the location.
Yeah.
Your family doesn't know where you are.
This is a hidden location.
We'll probably throw up like an effect on your voice, so it's just super deep.
It's super deep. I'm here. Yeah, with the like the kid who like was the child predator or something. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
when you've seen those. Look, man. I don't. You know, you've seen those videos, and he's like, I ran a school. You know what I mean?
They say.
Yeah, they say.
They say.
Yeah, maybe don't put that effect on there. I don't want to be mixed up with someone else.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
if you change enough identities or make enough identities anonymous, then they all just start to blend together.
Well, do you know who has constantly changing identities?
Mickey. I already roasted her for
Mishka?
that.
All right.
Mickey. I've known Mickey's one identity. I didn't know that there were multiple identities there.
It's
they changed their stage name.
Picking a stage name wasn't as easy for her as it was for you, where it stuck. You already had this established.
Yeah.
And so she went through a whole. We had her on as a guest like 2 or 3 times, and each time I think she called herself something different.
Yeah, that's why we're like we just choose.
But now, the member of Problem Child that we've had on this podcast, sticking so far with Mickey Blum.
Okay.
So if we reference Mickey Blum, that's who we're talking about.
Mickey Blum. That's okay. Good. What were the betas?
There was
Micah.
Okay.
Mickey with an EY at some point.
Mickey with the EY.
My favorite, and we only did this for one show because I convinced her. Micah Sarah.
Micah Sarah.
Because it's so good.
Yeah, Micah Sarah. I do like that. It's got a good ring.
It's clever.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what you're doing.
Yeah.
With that,
yeah. No, that's a good one. I like that. No, you don't like.
No,
Micah Sarah?
I'm just shaking my head because she did not like it.
It didn't stick. She was like,
that's why it was so funny. Because she used it. Tristan like convinced her to use it one time, and then she goes, "I hate it." It was so funny.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever you feel comfortable with, I guess.
Exactly.
So. I feel like I need a moniker. I need a Tristan.
Gay dad.
Come on, man.
Like a boxer. You know what I mean? Like Tristan the Tornado Shae or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we did an alliteration.
Tristan Shell Shocking Shae. You know.
Shell shock. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Look at you hyping him up. He's like, I like that. He's like, I like that.
Well, because we were gonna we had a show that was wrestling themed that was planned. That it has since been postponed. And I was thinking of that. I was like, I need a wrestling name.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And you were gonna buy those gold shorts.
I was gonna wear like little like gold hoochie daddy shorts
man. I think that would have played really terribly with the audience.
Probably. But I was going for like you said, like the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
He said,
that would have been hilarious.
He like, I'm going to buy these shorts. I was like, don't.
I would have been all for it.
I was going to go out and the socks, the shorts.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have gotten away with doing shirtless, so I was going to do like a.
You're buying like a little gold tank top thing, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
But you should have done it.
Did you have a moniker for that show?
I wasn't in that show.
Oh. Well,
no, I didn't put myself out there.
That's why you don't have a moniker.
My moniker is just like the bitch or something, probably. Oh no, my moniker is Big Heath.
Big Heath, yeah.
It's Big Heath.
You have a whole separate persona, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I have an alternate
like
pimpin' persona.
Big Heath.
Big Heath, a
like
pimp,
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Big Heath.
Yeah.
Like the Heath bar.
Exactly.
I like that. Big Heath. All
Big
right,
Heath.
cool.
I can't believe I completely forgot my alternate persona.
Shell shock might stick.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you're right, because you do shell shock people when you talk about your wife. They're like, wife?
Yeah. Because I go up on stage and I'm usually dressed in like some kind of colorful thing, and then that's my whole. I'm not
even making fun of you. Like, this has happened multiple times.
I do it every show.
It's every show. People come up to Tristan, and I stand next to Tristan because we're talking. Like, wait, you actually have a wife? He goes, yes, I do actually have a wife and a daughter.
Yeah, people make a lot of assumptions.
Like, I mean, but
I'm
not to I'm not even at this point. I'm not even making fun of you. It's happened 5 times now.
Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's more than 5.
But I
Shell
think
shock will stick then.
The comedic part of this is not everyone knows the inside, is that each time it was a new wife. You know, he's had 5 different, each time he was asked, 5 different wives, 5 different children that you're actually referring to.
I'm not only secretly straight, I'm secretly very straight.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's
secretly
problematically straight.
Could you imagine
Could
you're just secretly straight or something? Like people like, I don't even know, like, because people were talking about that. It's called it's a type of fishing, like it's called like gay fishing. It's like where you're gay baiting,
yeah.
Where you're pretending to be like gay to get more support, more social support, and kind of grow your fan base. Like kind of like people say Harry Styles is kind of like equivalent, or like Ariana Grande went in a video, she like kind of made out with a girl or something that they say it's called like queer baiting. And that was like, you know, people are doing that actually.
I don't think Harry Styles is queer baiting though.
Yeah, I don't think, because people were saying like he was, but I don't know if he really is, kind of thing.
I think he might just be he is gay, but he's in his Gucci
but could you imagine that you were just doing that the whole time? Yeah. You were just queer baiting the whole audience for like every single time.
I don't think it works though. It hasn't worked in my favor.
Yeah. If you're doing that, you have to do better. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think, you know,
I need more flamboyance. More.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the last show you did, it sold out. So maybe was that why? Like, I mean, I don't know.
No, we didn't queerbait. We just actually put like a diverse like lineup of comedians in it.
Yeah, we
did have queer comedians.
We actually did have like queer comedians. We had like straight comedians. We had like
non-binary,
like good old boy comedians, and we had like people told us like, wow, there was something for everybody there.
Wait a second, you guys are talking. Look at this. I have a rainbow on my hat.
Pride
look
month.
at this. I got a rainbow
That's
hat.
funny.
I don't know. Is this? Am I whoring myself out for support?
No,
that is.
You're an
it's
ally.
a little queer baiting.
You can be
it's queer baiting. I'm ally baiting.
You can be
or something.
No, you just be an ally.
No, honestly, that doesn't look like a rainbow to me. That almost looks like military pins.
No. I mean, I support the military also.
Is it stolen valor?
Yeah. I support the gays in the military. Explicitly.
You should.
Specifically.
This is supporting
just
the gays
don't
in
tell.
the military. Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like, wait. Here. So let's discuss this as though we are trying to figure out how to support people, right? Right. Okay. So, thanks for being on this podcast, the Chad podcast.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on like gay rights?
Yeah, I think gay rights are very important. Also, I think the gay lefts are also important as well. You know what I mean?
What about the gay rights, man? Like, we don't talk about enough about the gay rights.
The gay rights, again, very important. The gay lefts are also important. I
feel like, like the gay lefts are like in the spotlight, and the gay rights are kind of like, they're more like packed away in like a back room of a back room.
The back room of the church.
Yeah.
They're in like where you would put like coats and things like that.
Well, I think, you know, you being one of the gay lefts and you being one of the gay rights, I think what people fail to focus on are the gay centrists.
The gay middles.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
The gay verses.
Yeah. You have your tops, you have your bottoms, but no one really talks about the gay middles.
Right.
You see? Right.
Left.
And left.
I think that really to achieve unity, we need to make a gay sandwich.
Yeah.
A train of gay rights.
I like your train of thought. I think you can't have the sandwich without the middles.
Right. Then it's just two pieces of bread.
And you just so happen to be in the middle right now.
Left, right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm in the middle.
But what about
conversation?
I feel like, you know, I'm not always certain about how I feel about like the gay community, but I know that I support the troops. So I think really what's important to me is like the gay military. Yeah.
You know, before you know, you being on the left, there was a time where it was don't ask, don't tell.
Right.
You know, right. Left also.
Middle.
And the don't ask, don't tell was fine, but I think that you should tell and not ask. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not your job to know.
Right.
But everybody should know.
You should know.
Yes.
You should tell.
You should tell your mom,
don't ask.
Your drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Your staff sergeant.
If you just tell everybody, you should drill with your staff.
You need to drill with your buddies together. Drill them hard.
Drill the staff.
About letting them know you're gay.
Right.
In the shower.
Left. Right.
To the right.
Right.
To the middle of it.
Yeah.
Let them get deep into the middle of your being, your core, if you will.
That's what we're talking about.
With the homosexuality.
Well, we're talking about
we support the troops.
I do support the troops.
I support
the troops on the left and on the right, and the
troops in the middle.
Centrist troops. Yeah.
The Swiss soldiers, the Swiss gay military.
I think that's yes, the Swiss mists and Swiss misters also,
and the Swiss theys.
And those are important.
Yeah.
The Swiss misters. And the they thems, Swiss they thems.
We didn't even.
I don't know. I don't know where that.
I don't know.
I had like the hat gave me an idea of like I only support the gay military. And
I don't know. Yeah. We tried.
I don't know where that went. It went.
We can do the intro now.
Yeah, we haven't even actually introduced our guest.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we are joined today.
Welcome to Comedic Behavior Therapy.
Hello, we're joined today with Heather
Tristan.
and Tristan. Welcome to a new episode of ThaGawdcast. I've now taken over.
Yeah.
So now that I have you on the couch, how long have you been doing comedy?
I have been doing comedy for almost a year.
For almost a year. And you, how long about yourself,
Almost
Heather?
A year.
How long have you been wearing these glasses?
Almost a year.
About a year. So you've been doing exclusive glasses comedy.
Exactly.
Understood. Do you think that you could perform comedy with her not wearing glasses?
Probably not. I think it would really throw me off.
That's fair.
Like having to make eye contact with her would just be rough.
It is too much for any ordinary man. Most men can't handle this.
Like, I don't know what's behind those glasses, but I have a feeling it would be terrifying.
Yeah, what if that could be a thing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I'm a comic book nerd, like X-Men, Cyclops.
Oh, like Cyclops, yeah.
Yeah, like if you take those off, like you could either like blow a hole in the wall. Me and Tristan would just be guts.
Out in the yard.
Yeah. Or what you said, no one man could handle. What if you have like really beautiful eyes, and then like you're just keeping that to keep keeping the guys.
I only keep it for one man.
Yeah,
and he can barely handle it.
That's
himself.
Mm-hmm.
How many men would it take to be able to handle the eyes, though?
None of them. You're all pussies.
It's like a light bulb,
Yeah, that's.
How many men does it take
to look you in the eye?
To look you in the eye. Yeah. That makes sense. So I understand the glasses now, and as you see, we're wearing protection. Tristan and I, we're wearing protection.
We promote protection on this podcast.
Yes,
always wear protection.
Yes.
Well, because the pandemic of Heather's eyes, right? It's not enough for her you to be wearing something.
Yeah,
everybody has to be wearing them.
Yeah, but somehow for 13 or 14 episodes, you somehow have also not been wearing sunglasses.
It's because at first I wasn't convinced about the whole like covering thing, right? But I've done my research, right? I did some fact checking, and
fact checking was that you passed out in the yard and I just left you there because you're
Did you maybe
bitch.
Get just like a small little peep of her eyes, and then you're like, ooh, and then you're like, oh,
and I was like, oh, maybe this is a real condition.
Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm.
I was a skeptic at first, but I've been convinced.
You've been convinced.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, some people aren't made stronger.
Yeah, look.
Some people have low constitutions.
Yeah, there's low constitutions. That's a good word.
And I think that until we have like a vaccine for whatever's going on with Heather's eyes, it's best to just
I had wondered, what if Heather were to take the glasses off and then she had like no eyes behind that? You know what I mean? Like there was like a hole there where eyes and
you want to see where my holes are?
I mean this is really disturbing now because
you're the one that said you wanted to see my holes in my face. And then you just said you imagined the holes in my face and how terrifying that they would be.
You know what? I did say that.
You did.
I say that.
So I think you really need to.
You know what? I'm going to own that. Okay.
Yeah.
I did say that.
You did.
You know what I mean?
You did say that.
And you've heard of the term eye fucking, right? You know what I mean? You've heard that term before.
I have.
This is a new meaning. This is a new variety of eye fucking.
Skull fucking?
Skullduggery.
Skullduggery.
That's what that means.
That's true.
We're inventing a new Pornhub category.
It's
nice. We didn't invent it. It's been a thing.
Yeah.
Fucking eye holes?
Yes.
Eye fucking and skullduggery.
Skullduggery.
Damn, I've been on the wrong side of Pornhub then.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually, during the pandemic,
fucks,
I made it. People are also eye fucks. Also.
Well, you won't be one of them. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Bro, you put down the shovel and you picked it up.
I
just kept digging.
I saw all of the Pornhub categories. I made it to the end of Pornhub during the pandemic.
Oh wow,
it was crazy. Yeah,
you made it to the end.
I just had to watch a bunch of reruns. It was a tough time.
Sometimes you have to watch reruns. The greatest hits.
Yeah,
the greatest.
And
was it like an achievement unlocked when you watch all the categories?
I was expecting a little bit more. I'm going to show a little bit of my age. Back in the day, if you beat a Nintendo game, right, like you beat like Contra or something. Now, if you beat a game, you get like a story, and it's like all of this stuff, right? The cutscenes. But back in the day, on the first Nintendo, if you beat the game, it would just say, "You've completed the mission," dun, 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 and then that was it. You got some new music. That's what I got at Pornhub.
It was just. Dun, 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 dun.
They gave you some music.
I got the end. There was it just said congratulations, and then it just it was like blue, yellow, black, blue, yellow, black. The same thing. Congratulations.
So. Towards the end, what did you find there?
Was there like a final boss?
Well, yeah, what was the final boss of Pornhub?
Yeah, that was something I really didn't expect. I was really uncomfortable there. It was a lot of dirt and mud.
Mud wrestling.
Yeah, well, it was more than wrestling.
Out of everything,
it was more than wrestling.
Out of everything, I wouldn't expect mud wrestling to be.
No, it was more than wrestling. It was.
Gotcha. Oh God.
Yeah, it was more than wrestling.
Oh God.
It wasn't. I wasn't really proud of some of the things that I masturbated to. As I made my achievement making it to the end of Pornhub, but I was able to make it there.
What was like your one level that you got stuck on? You just couldn't get past.
I was a huge fan of the gay military porn.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, as we discussed before.
I've been known to. I actually have like the world record on that level.
Yeah.
Gay military porn.
Yeah.
Being a participant or being the star of the video.
Did you get to the purple heart?
The purple heart was the hardest part of that level, but I watched a couple like speedrun tutorials, and that helped get me through it.
Yeah, the speedrun is my it's the ace in my deck.
That's your special.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna say the ace in your hole.
Yeah, well, in my eye hole. I don't know how many more seasons of this podcast you plan on running. We're probably going to get canceled from everyone on this.
If we haven't been canceled already, I really doubt this is what's going to get us canceled.
I almost put the microphone in my mouth. The Pornhub thing got me.
He's all white ball in front of his face, and he goes, "Oh yeah, military school."
That should be what we named this episode.
Military school.
Military school. That's it. I guess.
White balls in my face.
White balls in my face.
White balls in my face. This is new. This is new. I've not had white balls.
You could have had a chrome one. I don't know. That would have been like RoboCop school.
Well, this is just one white. We need now. Yeah. 2 white balls in my face.
There we go.
This. I feel very uncomfortable right now. But here you go. You can put.
They're surprisingly big for white balls too.
Yes. Thank you for taking my ball away from me.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, I don't. Again, the research that I did on Pornhub, I would say that these are above average sized white balls.
Yeah.
These are like you need to get checked by the doctor immediately. White balls.
Yeah. You see the commercials and it's like if you have an erection more than 4 hours, you need to call the doctor or whatever. Like on one hand, do you need to call the doctor? Because that's probably a good time, right?
You're probably having a great time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I've had to call the doctor after 5 because after a while I just get tired.
After 5 hours of erection?
Yeah. I just have to call him after 5 because now I'm just bored. Can you make it go down?
That's true. But also, can you imagine like if you like had an erection for an uncomfortable amount of time and you actually had to call the doctor? You know what I mean? Like how? Yeah. Like how? Like I'm calling the doctor. Hey, this is Terrance.
Terrance. Sorry, can you confirm your date of birth?
It's 5/22/70/69.
Okay, yeah.
It's 4/11/69.
I've got your chart pulled up. What's going on today, Terrance?
So I've had an erection for at least 16 hours.
16?
Yeah.
You were supposed to call at 4.
Well, I was having a good time at up until the 8-hour mark.
Okay. Yeah, you put in a full work day of an erection. That's a lot.
Yeah, and I started to hear colors.
Really?
Yeah, I could see sounds.
Just the loss of blood flow. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah, I guess. You're the doctor. You tell me.
Well, yeah, what happens is all the blood goes from your brain to your penis.
Oh, okay.
It can cause hallucinatory symptoms.
Honey, you ready for round 36? Honey, I'm ready.
Not right now. We got to get some more Gatorade.
Come to me, my tiger.
I got to get some more Gatorade. I'll be back. I'll
be your gazelle.
Did you hear that, Doc?
I did hear that.
Yeah, Doc. I'm out of Gatorade. Also, all I got is Propel. Yeah.
I'll give you something wet, baby.
Yeah.
Did your wife also take these? How long has your wife been hard?
Well, the problem is my wife's out of town. Yeah. That's why I took the pills to begin with. The gas station ones specifically.
Yeah. So those are not physician recommended.
Oh, yeah.
Gas station boner pills. We actually can prescribe you something that's you pick up from the pharmacy. If that's something that you never brought up a concern before of.
I'll probably have to pick a few things up after from the pharmacy. I've developed a bit of a rash also.
Yeah, you should probably come in and get that checked out.
Hey, you still got that extra bottle of baby powder?
We used it when we were playing Ghost Town, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right, Ghost Town.
Why is that the thing that makes you guys break?
Oh, Ghost Town.
Because you just leaned in so hard.
That was great. Ghost Town, baby. That sounds like you've played that game before. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. You know what I mean? That came from a position of experience.
Sometimes people get a little ashy.
They say.
Yeah. They came from a position of experience.
They say sometimes it gets a little ashy, and then you play Ghost Town.
That's why I laughed. I was like,
Ghost Town.
I've never heard of Ghost Town.
Ghost Town. I don't know. I again made it to the end of Pornhub. I did not see Ghost Town as one of the activities there. So
that's our new category.
Ghost Town.
Ghost Town.
I like it.
Big titty ghosts.
Big titty ghosts.
Big phallus ghosts.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Then it's just two sheets flapping in the wind together.
2 sheets. 3 sheets to the wind. Have you heard this term?
Yes.
I just heard this term. I didn't know that was a thing. I heard this inside of 4 or 5 years ago.
Is that what they say?
3 sheets to the wind.
It means you're drunk, right?
Yeah,
or delirious.
It means you're drunk. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Have you ever heard of 2 shakes of a lamb's tail?
I've heard that one. Mm-hmm. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Yeah, these are 3 sheets to the wind. It's got to be a white phrase.
I was gonna say, it sounds like white
it's definitely shit. A white phrase. Yeah. I think I've heard of sheets to the wind. I don't know if I've heard of 3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. I've considered myself.
You learned a lot from the white.
Yeah, I consider myself to be a bit of a white historian.
Wait, is that your
white? A bit of whites. No, I'm not married. I've just been doing a lot of collaborative research over the last
research with the whites.
With the whites, I'm a bit of a white historian. What I've learned, my favorite and most recent discovery is that the whites don't have dinner. The whites have supper.
Oh, yes.
The whites have supper. That was, I've had macaroni and cheese and hot dogs with ketchup.
Yep.
That's for supper.
I've never had that.
Mm-hmm,
well, because you're an affluent white.
Well, I've had buttered noodles before.
Butter noodles?
Yeah, buttered noodles.
You gotta add some sauce to the noodles, not just butter.
Buttered noodles with some
Parmesan,
crumbly stuff.
Yeah,
crushed up crackers.
Crushed up crackers?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that? It's learning more about the whites. Thank you. Thank you for that. And then I'm going to update my notebook.
Yeah, butter noodles.
Honestly, all white people are cannibals because crackers love crackers.
Crackers love crackers.
There's a special breed of the whites that have applesauce as a side.
Yes.
If you go and you have
like for a lunch or something.
Yeah. You have supper and then that's one of the sides. And it's like we got macaroni and cheese and applesauce. And
you're actually describing my child.
And a peanut butter wedge. You know what I mean?
I grew up as this type of white.
This sounds just like we don't know what the fuck is happening, white.
Yeah. That's it. See, I told you, I'm a white historian.
Right. So I feel like it's specifically like working class white. That's what you're describing.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing for me is when I realize how white I am is when I go to Thanksgiving. And first time I ever had collard greens is when I first started dating my boyfriend. I went to Thanksgiving. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
And also
and when you showed up to Thanksgiving and he was like, "Where's the applesauce?"
They were very confused.
Yeah.
I guess my question is for my family, we have a thing called baking carrots.
Baking carrots.
Bacon,
Bacon.
Carrots.
Bacon carrots. So those two things are together.
Yes.
Bacon. And carrots.
Yeah,
other people carrots?
do. No, so it's like you cook the carrots and then you make the bacon. You cut up the bacon, and you mix them together, and it's bacon carrots.
This by
other
far.
people have bacon green beans. I went to places before and they had bacon green beans. I'm like, you're not doing it right. It's bacon carrots.
This by far is the whitest thing that I've ever.
So you guys don't have bacon green beans.
Bacon green beans I've heard of.
Yeah.
Bacon carrots.
Bacon carrots.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to point out. It's like when people tell me, they're like, "What's your favorite?" They would always be like, "What's your favorite side dish?" Or in school or whatever. And I'd be like, bacon carrots. And they're like, what are you talking about?
I thought you said baking carrots.
That's what I thought too. Like bacon.
No. Bacon, like oink oink bacon.
Yeah.
And when you tell people that's your favorite, side, and they're
who doesn't like bacon and who doesn't like carrots? Put them together, bacon carrots.
But when you tell them that's your favorite,
or mashed potatoes.
One. That's not even. I just want to. Before we go any further, I want to clarify that's not actually a thing. That's some shit that your folks just made up.
It's very specific.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's real.
It's they just made that shit up. That would be like if I was like, what's your favorite side?
And I was
like,
24
shaving
years,
cream
I've had bacon
and
carrots.
gravel. You know what I mean? Like those two things don't actually go together. I like wheat and soy beans or whatever. I don't know. Like
soybean toast.
So yeah, soybean toast. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
You just made that up.
Okay, well then what's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Her name is Lakeisha. She's usually in town when my girl is out of town. You know what I'm saying?
Your girl goes to her family's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Lakeisha
Come on, Lakeisha is my favorite side. Looking like a bag of bacon carrots.
Bacon.
You know what I mean? Looking like a bag of bacon carrots.
Bacon carrots are good. You should not knock bacon carrots until you try them.
I goddamn will knock those things without trying them. Okay?
Yeah.
Because that's the type of person I am.
Okay, do you just not like carrots?
Okay, here's the thing about carrots. All right? One, carrots shouldn't be cooked. All right? When you cook carrots, that's weird. You're not supposed to cook carrots, okay?
You never like roasted them in the oven before,
no,
like with the roast.
I just said you're not supposed to cook carrots.
Is roast a white people thing too? Like potatoes, carrots, and like the beef and.
That's like more of a European thing, so I'd say yeah, it's white.
No, roasting. You can roast like look at this fucking carrot.
Roast
this
carrots.
Carrot is yellow. It should be orange.
You should roast carrots.
You fucking small ass carrot.
Cut up the bacon. I'm not backing down. Bacon carrots because the carrots are naturally sweet.
Upside down ass carrot.
Hey, put the shovel down.
Yeah, we were roasting carrots. You understood.
I got you.
He admitted to eating applesauce as a side, but bacon carrots is weird.
Yeah,
because applesauce as a side is an established white person.
Yeah, that's a white thing.
I'm a white dude. It makes sense.
I'm a white woman. Bacon carrots.
But you just made that shit up. I did not. So like. What else would we find at your family's Thanksgiving? Bacon carrots.
Bacon carrots, probably like
spaghetti with
like candied
fish,
yams.
Spaghetti with
salmon.
Spaghetti with salmon or something.
Oh, you guys haven't had spaghetti with salmon?
No,
it's really good.
Is this also true? It's hard to tell. I don't know. Her level of whiteness has gone beyond.
You guys ever had spaghetti tacos?
Spaghetti tacos.
Spaghetti taco night?
The spaghetti taco is
like
what poor people do.
Shell.
No. I'll tell you what a spaghetti taco is. It's when poor people, you have the bread, just the regular ass bread with the butter on it, right? And then you take the spaghetti and you fold that shit up and you bite it. You've had this. You know what I mean?
I have not had it.
You have not had this?
But my brother-in-law,
yeah.
when my wife and I were still dating, I'd be over at their house. And her brother would like come home from work and he's slamming shit around in the kitchen. He'd come back in the like dining room with 2 plates and he'd slap down 4 pieces of bread, butter on all of it, scooping cold spaghetti onto these, and he'd eat 2 of these cold spaghetti sandwiches.
Spaghetti sandwiches. If you just have the one bread and it's like a spaghetti taco. I'm with this guy. I know about this.
Spaghetti salmon's really good. You should try it.
Wow. Bacon carrots. All right. What else is there?
You guys ever had candied yams? Like that's not. I know that's an established thing.
That's pretty established.
Yeah, that's an established
exactly.
thing.
That's bacon carrots.
Candied yams. Yeah.
Candied yams.
Are they?
Yeah.
Now I'm stuck on the bacon carrots. Are they like glazed and then have bacon?
I believe they are glazed, but
Because
sometimes people just like, I think they roast them and then they just cut up the bacon and just mix it together. But here's the thing: how is that bacon green beans are a thing, but bacon carrots sounds weird?
Because green beans need something to make them better.
So do carrots.
Carrots are pretty. They have a lot of flavor on their own.
Oh look.
No. See, look. When I search for bacon carrots, this is carrot bacon recipe, and what they're doing, it's a vegan dish, and they're using the carrots
to turn it into bacon. They put like smoke flavoring and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
That's not it.
Yeah.
That's not it. Yeah. That's not the real bacon carrots.
That's what I'm saying. You just made this shit up. When you've created a dish that's not even on Google, like that's beyond the pale.
That's obscure way.
And by beyond the pale, PALE. Yeah. That's beyond the pale. Yeah.
Well, I piss in your pail.
I think you're the whitest white.
Mm-hmm.
I am white.
You're champion white.
See, here's the thing. I'm tired of being told I'm white. I know I'm white, okay?
Oh, yeah. We know.
I accept my whiteness. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of being ashamed for being so white. I am ashamed of being so white that you make fun of me for my bacon carrots.
Where's the tiki torch over here?
I'm so ashamed. I know I'm white. I know I'm cringy white. Yes. I can only do line dances.
You know what? We should have. I think we should have more like a white supremacy, right? You know what I mean? Like. You could just you don't want to be ashamed of being white. You know what I mean?
I'm not ashamed of my culture anymore. Which is a lack of culture.
Which brings us to our next segment of this podcast: white tears.
Yes. Yeah.
When they couldn't make my caramel brew latte the extra hot that I wanted it,
caramel brew
I'm
latte.
tired of being told that's not a real problem.
Yeah. No, it's.
I'm very tired. Like it's a very real problem.
I get it.
Like it needs to be extra hot, not hot,
if
extra hot.
If you think it's hard being a white woman, try being a white man sometime.
Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine.
It's tough.
We have to deal with 2 forms of, shame.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, like having a whole entire system that works for you and also be considered the epitome of employability. It sucks.
Do you know how much pressure that puts on?
I can understand. That's the guy's a white man.
That is so much
just
pressure.
A lot of pressure.
You must be so ashamed of being a white man.
Yeah. It's hard.
You have so much shame in your heart.
Just lean into it. Also, before we go any further, I want to thank both of you, really white folks. Just being in between both of you, this has raised my credit score at least 15 points.
You're welcome.
So, like, after I leave here, I'm going to take a clip of this podcast. I'm going to show it to the bank. You know what I mean?
Gives you some credibility.
Two young millennials will help boost your credit score when we don't even have good credit scores.
Just 2 really, really white folks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll be like, this guy.
White friends that will help you out.
They'll boost my my payday loan rate will be cheaper.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's sharing privilege.
That's what it is.
I'm sharing my privilege to help you.
I appreciate it. Just don't share any of that goddamn bacon.
Stop with the bacon carrots.
Yeah, just don't share that shit with anybody, man. If I was like a dog or a cat, I would just bury it. You know what I mean? Just kick dirt over the bacon carrot.
Was that part of your Pornhub?
Yeah.
With the dirt.
It's awful.
They would kick dirt into the bacon carrots.
Someone was putting their bacon carrot in the dirt.
Is it like when you the bacon the carrot? It's like is the bacon crunchy?
Yeah.
And then the carrot is soft.
A little bit, yeah.
See, I could see. I was
Here's
imagining like
no other point would they have bacon in the Thanksgiving that I ever had. So if you wanted bacon, and bacon was good, especially when you're a kid.
Yeah.
So then you would just eat the bacon carrots, and most of the time you just be eating the bacon bits.
So this was it was a bacon switch.
Ooh.
It was a bacon switch.
Bacon switch.
Okay.
They wanted to get you to eat carrots.
I don't care. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
I will call my mother right now
intervention.
and have her explain bacon carrots.
I don't think this was a dish. I think this was an intervention to get you to eat carrots as a kid.
Might be.
I actually ate so many carrots when I was a kid, I actually turned orange.
I could see it.
I could see that also. I know a lot of orange white women.
You look like you used to be orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, very Trump-esque.
You look like the type of person that gets upset when they're out of bronzer. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you cry when you find out that you're out of bronzer.
I do. I need all the bronzer because I'm so ghostly pale.
Yeah.
I thought you leaned into the whiteness.
Yeah. Which is it? You know what I mean?
You're contradicting yourself.
You can't play both sides of the fence.
Well, I'm one of those white people that can get a tan.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you.
So when you tell me about the first time you got a tan. You know, how was that?
I turned orange.
Yeah. You like came back.
I love this so much.
You went out.
I went out.
You're like a child, adolescent, I presume, right? I don't know at what point your parents actually let you leave the house. It could be one of those weird situations.
I was like 22.
And that's fair. If you eat bacon,
like as
really
a white,
pale before.
Yeah, if you're eating bacon, carrots, and no one else in the world has told her that this is odd, so I presume you probably did leave the house very late. So at 22, when you saw your first bit of sunlight, did it sting? Did it burn?
So the first time I was in the sun, I actually had an allergic reaction, had to be in the hospital for 48 days.
That checks out.
They said put her back inside.
And my skin actually bubbled up like it's actually, now I'm actually allergic to the sun.
I see. I get it.
My sister's actually allergic.
I do think
sister's allergic to the sun.
She took a medication and it actually made her allergic to the sun.
Oh, was it like an antibiotic? I know there's some antibiotics.
It was like some sort of. It probably was some sort of like that. We went to Florida and she her skin like bubbled up. It was like we were like.
So you're telling me you're like one of the vampires that glitters, right? Your sister.
No, we just bubble.
Yeah, your sister's the old school vampire, and you're like the vampires with Edward and what is the Twilight?
Yeah. Do not name to me the scriptures of old.
Yeah,
I was there when they were written.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Is
That's
that a reference?
Shit you've ever done, dude.
Yeah, was that a reference to Twilight? Maybe
It was a reference to Narnia.
It was a reference to Narnia. And a reference to Twilight in the same sentence.
Oh, okay. So you're a fan of Narnia, and you've went into the closet apparently. You know what I mean? So this is. It all evens out. I got it.
You're just literally, you're like overpowered white right now. I don't know what happened.
This is a high level.
You told me to lean into the bit, so I did.
I've just never seen you become like this. Like you are like an X-Men when Apocalypse fucking makes their powers stronger. Yeah. And like you're like now like super, super white.
For the three people out there that understood that reference, thank you. I didn't, but
you didn't understand.
No, I didn't either.
So give me some more white history. You know what I mean? I feel like history. I'm learning.
You're a white historian, so you're learning a lot.
Well, that's what I hear. I'm here to soak it. I was taking notes. You know what I mean?
Did you actually take notes of bacon carrots?
I did. I Googled it.
Bacon carrots.
I
Googled it, and Google was like, you know, like how fucking rough it is to confuse Google. You know what I mean? You put something. Hard. Have you ever put a search into Google, and Google just is like, I got nothing.
Yeah.
For
have
you
ever did mud wrestling? Been quite a few different.
I think
results.
that's that's a thing.
Like
there's like an event here. There's an event. Yeah,
cut that out.
There's an event.
You're worried about that?
Yeah.
We've just gone for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, this is
the gay military and white people.
And then she's like, we have to cut that out. That's where the line is.
Is too far.
I realized that a lot of people think that's a derogatory word. I don't want to like call someone a derogatory term.
Yeah, little people mud wrestling.
Little people mud wrestling.
Little people carrot.
There's one guy that always comes to a lot of shows we're in, and we do improv, and we're like, what do you want to see, or what do you want to do jokes about? And he's always like, well, he says the M word. He's like, we're like, God damn it, Diego.
It's the same guy every time.
Every time. We know his name.
All right, so I'll tell you, I did the show, and it was crazy. So I did this gig. It was like a corporate gig, and we asked for a suggestion. We were playing the game Party Quirks. If you're not familiar with Party Quirks, anyone out there, the people assume a certain quirk. So it would be like, I am being eaten alive by ants, or I have like a rash. Right? Yeah.
And do they have to come in?
And the host has to like guess what the quirk is, right? Mm-hmm. And so at this particular gig, someone was like, Tourette's! And we're like, no, we're not going to do like a disability. Yeah. Like, let's get something else. And we get another suggestion. And then another person was like, Tourette's! And we're like, no, we just said like, we're not going to do that. Yeah. Can I get another one? Third person. Well, the last two people said Tourette's. And I was like, God damn, what's wrong with these people?
Like another person, one person, he was like, and another person was like,
yeah.
They double down.
Instigators. That's what they are. Enablers, instigators.
It's become like a theme now, though, because like I don't want to say which show this is because I don't want to make it seem like it's an ableist show. Yeah. But it's a recurring show, and now we've had to lean into it. Because it's so common that now we're like, well, okay, I guess now we'll do Little People.
Yeah. Live entertainment. It's wild, man. It's wild.
People are nuts.
Yeah.
What are some of your? Do you have like least favorite suggestions? I have some that like I always hear in improv, and I'm like, for me, the number one is like when you're like, what's an occupation? They're like plumber. I don't know why. Every time it's like plumber, and I'm like, dude, I'm so sick of
plumber like 3 or 4 times.
I'm so sick of fixing toilets in an improv scene.
Yeah. The one that I hear the most often that I hate the most is dildo. Do you get that often?
No.
I've only gotten that.
No, really?
Oh, it's been a handful of times.
That was like one that was just so common. And then dildo and Legos. Like for like a kid's toy or like something like toddlers. I like Legos. Those are the two that I would hear a lot.
Which is so hard to like improvise on stage. Yeah. You're just like,
Well, yeah, Legos.
The hardest one I got was D&D.
Okay.
Because I was like, roll for perception. I mean, I don't know. I didn't like go with it. I just was like, we're playing the board game. Okay. And she didn't know how to. She didn't know what D&D. Like she didn't know how you play D&D.
You just lost some white points then. Yeah. You just lowered your white level a little bit.
Because I don't know how to.
By leaning into Dungeons and Dragons,
I disagree. Not knowing what Dungeons
No, she didn't know what it was. I knew what I mean, I know you have to roll to do like perception or like invisibility or
if I got D&D, I would have went with the I'm not answering this bitch, she keeps messaging me, you know what I mean? You go second of mine, the do not disturb. See that? Yeah.
That's the difference between improv for 1 year and improv for 5.
It's always the first thing that comes to mind, skip it. Second one, and then the third thing that comes is how you get the more fun.
I've had different advice for when I was doing improv, and they said there's a suggestion, and sometimes it's like, or we're lovers or we're divorcees or whatever. They're like, go with the first emotion that prompt makes you feel. And I've done that, and that's led to some good things. But also, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. They would be like, they were like Mars. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about Mars.
How to feel about Mars? Yeah.
Or just like random stuff. So how do you just you just go with the first instinct you have, or do you wait a beat to let someone else lead you?
So it depends. I think when you are working with, people that you're comfortable with or you've performed with, like it's always the strongest idea leads, right? Mm-hmm. And so like you probably know like, ooh, I got something. And then if you're thinking maybe it's not as strong, then you maybe like lean on your teammate. But I go with the first, and like I said, like immediately you're doing this first thing, someone says banana, and you're like, I got a banana. Like, you don't want to do that, right? So then you think maybe like, maybe I'll make something about like being yellow or whatever. And then it's like, banana cabana, banana boat. You know what I mean? Like, hammock. Banana hammock, right? So like, it's always, so then like, just if you play with it, then when you get that third, I had an improv coach and he had said, like the third of mine, which was really cool. The concept is like if you're on Twitter or X now, an event happens and you see a joke about that thing, right? We'll use Mitch McConnell, his freezing up, for instance, right? Yeah. That's a pretty known thing. So you see the first joke about that, and it's like, oh, he froze up like, look at this old guy, ha 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 ha. First thing, right? Mm-hmm. Then you're like, all right. Then you see a second joke and someone makes something that's got like some more layers to it, and they say something like, oh, he looked like his wife walked in on him looking at, Asian
mud wrestling.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? And then you see like the third joke when they say Mitch McConnell was being visited by a ghost of black people that were successful. Like, then you're like, yo, right? Like, and it's like that third tier to it. Yeah. Like, that's where, like,
So you visited Mitch McConnell when that happened?
I talked about black people being successful. I'm here in between you two whites. So clearly there's levels of success that I have not attained, at this time.
How do you know, like, being between us isn't successul? Let me tell you, there was one person in particular that really wanted to be in between us. Yeah. And you succeeded that, and they did not.
They didn't. Well, here's the thing. I wanted to be in between, who's it? Kathy Regis? Or who's it now? Kelly Ripka and Carson Daly.
Oh yeah, I was like, I don't even know who's on that show anymore.
Yeah, Carson Daly, I think. Now is he back in the paint? Yeah.
R.I.P. Regis.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Regis. Yeah. So if
that's
you
one step closer to that.
Yeah. So you're like the up and up version of Kelly Ripa, and you're like the great value
Carson
Daly. You know what I mean?
I'll take it.
So like that's cool. Yeah. Is it Carson Daly or who's the other guy? Ryan Seacrest. Is Ryan Seacrest on it?
He might. Oh, I think
it's Ryan Seacrest.
It's Ryan Seacrest. Either one of those.
You could be Ryan Seacrest.
Just white people.
You could be. You're wearing shades and a hat. We don't know. Actually,
we don't know. This could be secretly Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah. See that? So your great value and your up and up version, or vice versa.
Thank you.
The target.
I'm not even upset anymore. 'Cause I need to really come back from the white supremacy thing.
Yeah.
That was what did it for you.
That was it.
I need to be humbled a little bit.
That was it. That's fine.
I don't know. You said the best I've ever done is when everyone has told me as like advice or constructive criticism, Heather, commit to the bit, double down. And now when I double down, you're like, this is too extreme of a double down.
Because that's layers. Right, you double down, and then I double down on what the fuck, Heather, and then you double down, and then
I double down on what the fuck.
I did that like the last few times, and you're just like, what? And I was like, yeah, exactly. And you're like,
that's how we build. That's the entertainment.
I will escalate. Yeah. I'm really good at escalate. I'm just like escalating shit.
I'll pivot. How did you transition from stand up or from improv to stand up?
So. Personally, for me, I actually had done stand-up way before I actually ever did improv. Mm-hmm. So I did like literally like 3 open mics, 2 in 2018, 1 in 2019. And then I even have jokes. I have the same book that I wrote jokes from I dated it 2019, 2018. And then the pandemic happened. I got a lot of different jobs. And then I went back in like November of 22. And I went to Adela's with Aaron Petway. And I think that's when I first actually met, the second or first time I met you.
No, actually, you did the mic. It wasn't Aaron. Aaron's mic didn't come late until Adela's. It was a mic that I put together. Hannah was hosting.
Yes, no, that was it. But it was at Adela's.
Do you see that? That was her whiteness. She makes me and Aaron Petway up. You know what I mean? What's up, Aaron Petway?
No, I
from
Aaron
Detroit.
It was like, she's like, I know it was a
black guy with long locks.
Because you were the one that told me about it. Because actually, I went to improv first, maybe, and then I went to...
Maybe it was Aaron that told her about it.
No, I'm trying to remember the... It's like so much shit has happened. Okay, no, so I
all right, you're on timeout. How did you transition from...
When I decided that I wanted to do,
you have
comedy,
to sit over there in your white shame. Yes. So how did you transition from improv to stand up?
So I didn't know going into the scene that there was such a divide between them.
Yeah.
When I decided that I wanted to do comedy, it was because I had always watched stand-up comedians, and then I started listening to their podcasts like during the pandemic and coming out of the pandemic, because they all did those, right? And my favorite moments on podcasts were when they were doing improv scenes. And so I heard about all these people acting and doing stand-up, and like people who came out of like Second City and stuff like that do both of them. So I always thought they were together. They work together.
Yeah.
And so when I was like, I want to do stand-up comedy, but I'm worried that I wouldn't be able to think on my feet. So instead, I'm going to look into improv first.
Oh, okay.
And so then I found Gresso's.
Yeah.
Because anybody can go try improv at Gresso's. So I went and tried it there. But I always, in the back of my mind, was like, I know that I want to do stand-up. So I worked on the improv for a little while, got some friends that would convince me to go do stand-up.
Okay.
And then we went to, they were still having a mic at Bossy Girl when we first went. And we went to the last one they ever had there.
Oh, very cool. You guys went together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We met at improv, and then we always went to open mics together from then on.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I forgot that. I forgot that you were the one that told me about it.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
I didn't mean to,
shout out to Aaron Petaway. What's up, man?
Petaway, sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry because it's like really hard to think back that long ago.
It's really hard to distinguish the black folk from one another.
It would have been.
Because I think I went to improv and then you told me about it.
I remember because you had on these really shiny shoes.
Yeah.
They were like sparkly, not shiny.
Yeah.
You were at that mic?
No.
Not at the mic.
Okay. The shoes were really sparkly.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sparkly. Yeah. So that mic I put together, and it was really like random. So like the venue, good friends with the venue owner, they had, and I would go there all the time, and they had a band like canceled. Like they were like, oh man, this band canceled on Friday. You know anything that we could do? And I was like, I don't know. I guess we could do an open mic. And like that was it. And I was like, I'll reach out to some people, and I put the mic, and then I had Hannah host because at that point I was pretty early into doing stand up too, so I was like, I don't know if I want to like host it or whatever. And Hannah, she's been a veteran. At the time, she was hosting.
She was doing a lot. She was hosting a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, she still does a lot.
Yeah,
she was hosting Save Her Pint. She was hosting the mic at Save Her Pint.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, Hannah, come do this mic, and I'll pay you a few bucks.
So then, how did it transition over to Aaron then?
I think that was the thing. They saw that it went well, and then they started doing. I think his is like once a month or 2 times a month, or whatever. So, yeah, and that was like months before Aaron. It was just a trial balloon, basically. They were looking for an excuse to bring a bunch of people into the door, on short notice. You know what I mean? Like the band or whatever canceled. So that's what it was.
It worked. They have really good tacos.
I've been kicking around starting an open mic.
Yeah,
just to have something consistent.
Yeah,
making connections, all that kind of thing.
There's a lot. Columbus is cool in the fact that like if you want to do an open mic, there's literally a mic every night of the week.
Yeah,
every night of the week, even like on Sunday, which I think is crazy. Like Xavier's got the mic on Sunday.
We went.
You headlined that last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I went up there and I didn't really prepare. I just kind of just said shit, and people were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
It was a strange night because I was like a feature on that show, and it was just a strange environment in the room.
Yeah.
And I asked Xavier, I was like, "Is it always like this?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, it's just you save that for us."
Yeah. Was there a lot of carrot bacon people there? Was the carrot bacons?
It was like people were sitting like in the way back, and then the front row was just comedians.
I think a carrot bacon could be like a derogatory term. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking like a fat redhead. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, calling
I almost said this earlier.
Carrot bacon.
When I was like, carrot bacon makes me think of Ice Spice.
Does it make you think Ice Spice? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that could be like kind of derogatory or something. Ice Spice. Yeah,
I know. Whenever you
and if you are a redhead and you are a larger person, I love you all the same. I was just thinking that it could be
or a redhead law officer.
There you go. That's it. I like that.
I just know from now on you're just gonna always talk about bacon carrots, and I'm gonna be very upset.
No, please invite me over for supper sometime. I told you I'm a white historian, and I'm going to be doing research.
You've insulted my.
Tristan will show up. He's gonna have.
Tristan's not invited to dinner. He doesn't get.
He's gonna show up with applesauce. You know what I mean? Like we've already established his level of whiteness. You are beyond the pale, literally.
You know, I was just recently visiting my mother, and they were talking about food and making food, and she goes, you know, Jillian, I just love casseroles. And I was like, God damn it, Mom!
Casseroles. Julian?
No, she's saying to her friend Jillian, she goes, oh, Jillian, you know, I just really love casseroles.
Her friend Jillian. That's a really white name.
Jillian.
Mm-hmm. Jillian, yeah. Julian is all right. Jillian, it's a little extra layer of whiteness there.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
No comment.
No comment.
Well, I just told you.
I forgot that. Yeah, we didn't go over like off-topic things. Heather doesn't talk about her family very much.
Oh, well, that's fine.
That's cool.
That's why you're wearing those shades.
Exactly. So they don't know.
They don't know.
They can't.
Not that any of them would watch my podcast anyway.
Yeah.
Wait, I have stuff on my nose.
Well, if you happen to be one of Heather's siblings, she runs a podcast. It's called the Cheaper Than Therapy Pod.
It's Comedic Behavior Therapy.
Comedic Behavior Therapy. Oh, the Cheaper Than Therapy show
is the live show.
Is the Comedic Therapy. Yeah, I mean, I was close. I mean, it was a little.
I literally, when I was creating email promo for the live show, I wrote the wrong thing.
Did you? See? Look at that. Why am I being held to a higher standard than the producer of both of these things? Well,
funny, really funny. So there's actually.
That was so insincere. Wow. So funny.
But yeah, tune in and you'll find if you're a sibling.
But that was going to be the name, actually. But
Comedic Therapy.
Cheaper Than Therapy was going to be the name of our podcast, but there was another episode. There was another podcast called Cheaper Than Therapy, but it was actually like two legit psychologists. And then there's actually a venue out in California, like a comedy club called Cheaper Than Therapy.
Yeah. Okay. It's in like San Diego or something.
So we are like, we can't call our podcast that. So we have a show.
But everyone loves that name for the live show, so we kept it.
Yeah.
Please don't copyright us.
It's a good name. The Cheaper Than Therapy. And then the Comedic Therapy podcast, like it's like it's like the secondary content that you know what I mean.
Yep.
I like that. That's great.
It's all
it's
good branding.
It's all tied together somehow.
I'm tied together like Heather's siblings in her basement. That might be why she doesn't talk about it. That's why she has the shades there.
She's just force feeding them carrot bacon.
Yeah. They're stuck.
Everybody loves bacon carrots.
Bacon carrots. I said it wrong.
Yeah. You got to say it right. You have siblings.
Yeah, I have two
siblings. Yeah,
I have a brother.
Yeah,
who's about 2 years apart, and then a sister who's 11 years old.
I like how you're interviewing us.
Yeah. Well,
it's his podcast. This is the ThaGawdcast.
Welcome to the ThaGawdcast. This is a special edition of the ThaGawdcast. The God Show. The ThaGawdcast, right?
What would you call your fan base for your podcast?
Non-existent. The fan base. I don't know. I haven't reached that level of success where.
But you have to have that thought, like if you're going to call it the ThaGawdcast.
It should be like Godlings or something.
It's something ridiculous, something sacrilegious, I'm sure. So I saw a newer stand-up comedian, Jamal Lewis.
Yes,
and I saw Jamal. He had referred to. He said, "Lunatics. I have a show coming up," and I was like, "Oh, okay." You know what I mean? He's got the branding for the fans.
You actually misbranded him. The Jamal Lewis.
The Jamal Lewis, correct.
Yes. Because there's a few other Jamal Lewis.
One was a good running back for the Baltimore Ravens and shortly at the Cleveland Browns.
One was a basketball guy, but never mind.
Could be. I don't know. There's but he's
the Jamal Lewis.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I asked about siblings, is just I think if you have a bigger family or a smaller family, like it's just it's a different. It creates different types of people. That was the thing. But I don't have branding for the people who come to my shows. I gotta work on that, I guess.
I have a feeling. Are you the oldest in your family?
I'm the youngest.
Oh, that also explains the creativity.
I am the youngest. The creativity comes.
They always say that the youngest is the most creative.
I don't think that's true in my family.
I know that's not true.
My brother's probably the most creative, actually, but he doesn't really use it.
Yeah. I'm the youngest. So I have 3 older sisters. Mm-hmm. My youngest sister is 10 years older than me. So I was a mistake is basically what I'm getting at. There was a big accident 10 years down the road. They're like, fuck.
Now we gotta start this all over.
Yeah, you know what I mean? My parents were done raising kids and they had 3 daughters, and then here comes me 10 years later. So it is the youngest. So I kind of grew up almost like an only child with benefits. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I would go hang out with my sister sometime, and I would have slumber parties. Because two of my by the time I was 10 or 11, 2 of my sisters were married and out of the house, and then the third one was off to college. Kinda, she lived. She came back a little bit, and then she ultimately moved away. So was a only child of benefits.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Terrance, do you have anything you want to promote? This will come out on November 3rd.
Oh, this is going to come out on November 3rd. I do have some things to promote.
Baking carrots.
Oh, you want me to promote those things?
Yes.
So
it's yes, and
yes, I
yes,
know.
and come on,
That is the
man.
important thing, right? I just yesed. That was stupid. So I have a Black Friday variety show.
Yes.
That is going to be on actual Black Friday, November 24th.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be at the Attic Comedy Club. We're going to have stand-up, music, improv. We have special guests, C10. As our music artist.
Nice.
We're going to have Hood Panda, who's going to do some comedy, and then we're also going to have Sister Lou. Sister Lou is going to be there, and also Hakeem Cowwood. Hakeem Cowwood is a fantastic artist in the city, traditional artist, muralist, but this guy does everything. He does stand-up. He does sketch. He teaches kids. And I just saw on Instagram today he officiated a wedding. So this guy,
This guy does everything.
This guy is a Renaissance man. He's just out here completing side quests at this point.
Right.
Is what he's doing. And then also I have a show with Mark Faison that is November. I don't know. I'll get the date. It'll be in the notes. I believe it's November the 17th, maybe.
Okay.
And I have a show with Rochelle Collins. It is the Singled show.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So that show, that's going to be fun. It's if you're single, come to the show. It's going to be kind of like a mixer for single folks, and then a bunch of the comedians there are going to probably do some dating jokes or something. I don't know what we're going to do, but it's going to be fun. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll put all the links for those below or something. We'll find
put them
something
here,
like that. Yeah.
here or something. I don't know where the graphics are going to go.
And then if we haven't driven this point home enough, they can find you at ThaGawdshow.
Yeah,
and everything.
Yeah, ThaGawd. The first place you want to look is Venmo.
Yes.
The second is Cash App.
Please pay our guests.
And then the third is Instagram and elsewhere.
Exactly.
But yeah, you can also find ThaGawdcast on Spotify, where this episode that I'm recording and producing, and my special guests Tristan and Heather on this episode will be there.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
Exactly.
This is episode 1 of a new podcast. We can do like a crossover.
That's really funny. I think the ThaGawdcast actually sounds like a really fun show.
Yeah. I did it. I did it for a while during the pandemic, and then I kind of when everything started opening back up, then I wasn't doing it as much, and then started doing other stuff. But I do plan on bringing it back, because it was a lot of fun in meeting, and I love the thing about the podcast, right? We could sit down and vibe and hang out and chill because as you said, we see each other a lot in passing,
right?
You know what I mean? I'll see you at a show or at the mic or something, chat, but to be able to sit down and hang out and talk for, an hour on camera, and then I don't know, we talked for probably longer
almost
off camera.
An hour,
yeah, you know what I mean? So I really love these things and kind of what they do in the community for artists, for sure.
Bringing the community together. That's what it's all about.
Bring the community together.
That's right. We got stand-up. We got improvisers. We got podcasters.
Maybe we need to get a musician on here or something.
Yeah, we could do that.
Maybe.
We could do that.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
I'll start singing songs.
What's your genre? Give you.
Carrot bacon.
Carrot bacon.
Yeah.
Carrot bacon style.
Can we do a song to close us out? We'll do a.
Yeah. I'm here for all the carrots in the world.
Carrot bacon.
Yeah. I like that pork drizzle. Yeah.
Carrots.
I watch that bacon sizzle. It drips down my mouth.
Bacon.
It dribbles down my chin.
Carrots.
Carrot bacon. Girl, let me in.
It was good.
I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, you don't know. I don't know. All right, maybe next time we'll get a better sound. That was a fantastic instrumental there. We appreciate that. Yeah,
the best song we did was when we all harmonized with
Mickey.
With Mickey.
You almost called him the wrong name.
Apparently, there are several names. We don't know which one.
The stop jerking off and turn back to God.
Yeah,
I thought we were gonna sing that. I was like,
stop jerking off and turn back to God.
I like the Bacon Carrot song.
ThaGawdshow.
ThaGawdshow.
Turn back to the God.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Terrance, for being.
Thank you for having me.
A part of our podcast, and tune in next time to Comedic Behavior Therapy with your hosts Tristan, Shae,
and Heather Scott.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.